Welcome, everybody, to the Making Money Personal podcast. I'm Liz, here with Terry.
Hello.
And we're super excited for today's episode. But before we begin, we just want to let everybody know that this is our new format. We're doing video now. So anybody who's listening on the podcast, just keep in mind, we're kind of branching out into new
We've put a face
horizons.
to the voices.
We have.
Right? Face to the voices.
So this is version 2 for Making Money Personal. We're moving up in the world, Terry.
We're trending in the right direction.
Okay, well, moving on. I want to introduce today's guest. We're super excited to have Jana Gemelli from Triangle Credit Union here.
Hi, everyone.
She's our Community Outreach and Sales Coordinator. Hi, Jana.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Terry. How are you?
Good,
Doing
John.
well.
I'm really excited to be here because, as you both know, I am one of the biggest fans of the podcast. So it's a thrill to be a part of it.
I do want to disclose a little something about Jana. So Jana you are definitely you're a favorite fan, right?
She's our super fan.
Super fan. That's the best way of putting it. But she listens to us on 1.5 speed. So when she sees me in person, it's like, why are you talking so slow, Terry? So so I told her, I said, this is payback now because I cannot wait to go 2.0.
1.5 speed for you, Terry, right here.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, we're going to start, Jana, with share a little bit about, who you are, your role at Triangle, and what your passions are while working here.
Great. So I've been with Triangle Credit Union. This will be my 5-year anniversary coming up. And I've been in this role just over 2 years. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator for Triangle Credit Union. So that's a couple of things. Very quickly, I manage our Select Employee Group, which is a benefit for employers to offer their employees. I also am the person in charge of the logistics for any of the many events, community events that Triangle participates in. So I always say if you see a Triangle tent, you should come over because chances are I'll be underneath it.
Right.
But the third part of my job, that is the thing I am most passionate about, is our financial literacy program. I get to run the program. I get to help teach the lessons. I help bring the awareness to the program to our community. It's something I'm very passionate about. I love doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Tell us a little bit about, so you've been with the credit union for 5 years. You started at the branch, right?
Yes.
And how did your passion begin there? Like how did that whole thing, when this role came up, how did you know, like, this is what I want to do?
Absolutely. I've been in banking for just over 22 years. My family was surprised when I got in banking. I'm not necessarily a numbers fan, but
Who is really? Don't be alarmed. Anybody who's listening to this, listen to the
we have computers and calculators.
That's right.
One thing I discovered very quickly, though, is a career in retail banking. It gives you this unique opportunity to help people in a way that maybe you're not changing the world, but you can certainly help take stress off of someone.
Sure,
Money stress is one of the hardest things to deal with. So the idea of having someone walk in with that stress and being the person who gets to take some of that off of them has always been the reason I was so involved in loving this career that I've had so long. I knew that I wanted to take my love for helping people, but also my love for community the next step, take it further. And when this role opened up, it just felt very right to me. It felt like it was written for me, had me in mind. It just ticked all the boxes because it will give me a chance to really be out in the community and just supporting the community.
So I don't want to hog all the questions.
You're good.
I know Jana very well, so I want everybody to know her really well because you are a fantastic face for Triangle Credit Union, particularly your passion in the community. Give us a sense of what that looks like on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Like, where are you? What are you doing? I know we keep saying community, but that's a big word, right? So just give us some examples of that. What
Absolutely.
That looks like.
Well, I think because we're a credit union, we have that unique position where we are really for our members because of the way that credit unions are created and the way that we're governed. It really is about our people. So being part of the community isn't just an idea. It really is what credit unions are all about.
Right.
I love having the chance to go out and meet with people and learn what the needs are in our community, what it is that we can do to help support. I try to find every opportunity is just an opportunity to build trust and to build a connection and be a resource for people. And that's what I try to be. I try to let people know what Triangle Credit Union does for the community and how we can help the community and the resources we have available. So that for me can look like going to, and I go to a number of networking events. I love meeting people, learning what they're doing in the community. I also attend, as I said, go to all of the fun events that the towns put on, and I just try to get involved and stay aware of what's going on.
So your networking, I know that you're very active in our chambers, right? So that seems to have really, like, has been a blossoming moment for not only you, but for Triangle in general, in terms of identifying opportunities for small businesses and, you know,
Community organizations,
Yes,
especially.
right.
I think one thing I was not prepared for, but I'm very thankful for, is this role has allowed me to see just how much need there is in our communities in
Yes.
so many areas. But the flip side is it's helped me see how many people in our community are trying to help, and just inspiring to see all these organizations that are out there that are putting in these amazing efforts to just lift everyone up in our community.
It takes a group of people, right? It takes a bunch of people to get these things, you know, to work on these problems, these community issues that we all face, right?
Absolutely.
So it's nice to kind of work with other organizations as a team to take on, you know, some of these issues.
That's right. Well
Right.
said.
So, and to your point too, I think that the motto of credit unions is people helping people, right? So, so we do that in a number of ways, and financial literacy, which we're going to delve into a little bit deeper today, is certainly one of those areas. How many organizations do we typically support for, like, over the course of a year?
Last year we supported, I believe it was 65 organizations, just in general. If we're talking about financial literacy, we have had, I do have some numbers for this year. Is that what you were talking about, just in
No,
general?
I'm just thinking, like, just in terms of, like, organizations, nonprofits that do good work. And I know that we do get requests for sponsorships or donations or things like that. So I was just wondering in general, like, you know, how many organizations we support, basically.
Well, it can be a hard question to answer because we do so many different types of support. So, of course, we do sponsorships, and that is one way to support. And as I said, I believe our number was 65 last year, 66. But we support in other ways. So in our branches, we have retail space that's available. So we allow a lot of community organizations to use that as collection spots. So we've done that. So that's another way we can support. And then just the financial literacy that we do is another way that we support. But we've even done things where, for example, the local police athletic league PAL has an end of summer or start of summer kickoff day, and we'll just go down and volunteer to be another set of hands there to help the kids out have a good time.
That's awesome. That's great. And so, do you get support from other departments or the branches when you're out and about doing these things?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very rarely on my own. I almost always have a teammate with me. One of the inspiring things is how many people from Triangle want to be a part of what I'm doing. Anytime I ask for any help for events, I have to turn people away. Financial literacy, everyone is eager to be a part of it. And now I'm so happy about this. We have colleagues who reach out to just let us know if there's community events that they're hearing of that we should be a part of, or organizations that maybe we're not aware of that they are, and they're sharing that with us. So I feel like it's just become contagious, the idea of this service that Triangle can do for the community.
That's awesome, Jana, that you are a conduit. I feel like that, you know, just with my time at Triangle, I know that we've always been very involved in the community, but it seems like because of your energy and your passion, you have become a conduit for that channel, and
She's
it's
leveled
just,
up Triangle's
you really
community
have
outreach.
leveled up.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
I want people to feel as excited about it as I am. What a wonderful way for us to be able to give back in our community. We're very lucky.
And explain a little bit about the donation boxes. Can you give us a couple of good examples of how the branches are just allowing, you know, these organizations to be drop boxes or drop donation areas for them?
So as we said, there are so many needs. So many organizations have needs, different needs. We've collected for a few organizations. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, every single one of our branches this past year had hosted at least one Dropbox for an organization. Some that I would like to feature would definitely be, we do a diaper drive for the upper room and dairy.
Okay.
That's a great results on that. In Manchester and in Nashua, we've hosted donation trees for different animal shelters where you can pick a tag off the tree and buy something for the animal at the shelter. We've also hosted needs drives for organizations such as Family Promise and a few other in our communities.
Yeah, it's nice for members when they come into the branch. You know, it's just another way that they can engage with the community when they see that tree there with the tags and they're thinking, oh, hey, you know, I could do a little extra this week or month or whatever. So, and you do these typically once a year, or?
We do them multiple times. So right now, one of the trees is in our Manchester location. We're doing a Christmas in July collection tree for the animals and the shelter. They have a problem with the dogs in the summer because they have to keep them in separate kennels. They have trouble keeping them all cool, so they always have a need for kiddie pools for the dogs. And they can't share pools. They each have to have their own. So that's something they're always looking for. So when they told us that, we thought, well, let's do Christmas in July and collect a number of items to help keep the animals a little bit more comfortable in the shelter. And a lot of our animal shelters partner with local food banks and will also give pet food to people who maybe are struggling with food insecurity. So that's another thing we're collecting for.
Also take care of their pets
exactly.
too. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And this is Manchester and Nashua?
Yep, so that's at the Manchester, our Candia Road location right now is collecting for the Friends of the Manchester animals. And we have collected for the Nashua Humane Society in the holidays, which I think we'll be doing again this year.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go a little personal.
Okay.
I know you have such a tender heart. So how hard is it for you to get involved and then not dream about it, sleep on, you know what I mean? Like, is there a disconnect for you at any point?
I think I would say my poor manager had to learn that she was going to be the one to have to say no to me all the time, because when I got in this role and I began to learn of all the needs, I was very excited. And I realize that there are going to be limitations and we have to find creative ways to support. And that's where the ideas of making sure we're doing collection boxes, doing this financial literacy, having that available for everyone. I think that the fact that I wanted to do so much is what's really inspired me to find creative ways to support. So maybe we can't always do sponsorships, but even just the simple act of letting other people know these organizations exist and what their mission statements are and how they're helping their community can have a big impact. We can just spread that word around.
Yeah. Just build awareness.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Select Employer Group? What does that mean?
Absolutely. Well, to tell you about that, I have to give you a bit of a history lesson.
Please. Professor.
Yes. As most of us know, credit unions originally began because businesses wanted to give their employees better benefits in their finances. So they were trying to find ways to give higher returns, lower interest for lending. And so credit unions really came out of that. Well, for a very long time for credit unions, you had to be an employee of that business or a family of an employee of that business to belong to that credit union. And then there was a change in the charters and the way that credit unions were established, and it changed to be that you could have a membership at a credit union as long as you lived in the community where we served. Select Employee Group brings back the idea that you can, as an employer, offer your employees an additional benefit of financial health, just like you would any other benefit that you'd give your employees. With the Select Employee Group, when a business is a part of a Select Employee Group, we give their employees access to all of our amazing products and services, and then we also give them financial literacy. So we send them quarterly emails that they can share with their employees just to help give their employees a little bit more support in their financial wellness.
Okay.
And we also make sure that the employer knows that our local branches are available as a resource.
And that's a free benefit?
It is a free benefit. We also, when we have Select Employee Groups, we go in for their employee benefit days and set up a table. We'll be a part of any community events that they have for their employees and just support in any way that we can.
Okay.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
I always thought that was a great benefit too, that credit unions provide employers.
absolutely.
Because, I mean, I feel like a lot of people working, their jobs, they don't always have time to do banking or learn financial literacy or do any of that stuff on the side. So it's like to bring it right to them at their workplace. I think it's a great benefit that you talk to HR departments about this,
Correct.
right? So you
Yes.
work through them
Exactly.
to get it connected with employees. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know in the past they would do seminars as well and like lunch and learns and things. Are you doing any of those at this time?
To be honest, I feel like after COVID, I think employers are changing the way they do those things. Some employers are getting back into them. So we have seen a few requests for those, maybe not as many as we had done prior to 2020, but it's coming back. And
But the overall benefit is still there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah. Actually, I have a story if I can
Go
just
for
share
it. Yeah.
So I am familiar with the SEG process, and I was in HR for 1,000 years ago. And one of the things that as soon as I went into HR is like, how can I be a business partner in my role, right? Because at the time, again, this was years ago, HR there was a certain stigma, and I was like, no, I want to be a business partner. I want to be at the table, and obviously benefits are a huge part of any organizational budget. I mean, benefits, compensation, it's a very large budget item. So I looked into, we had a credit union that we were already affiliated with, but there was no activity. So I went out to bid kind of to local credit unions, and Triangle was the first one to come back and say, we would love to come in and show you what we can offer and have a SEG day. So and then a couple other credit unions followed after that, but I was like, no, I like it wasn't urgency, but I liked the response time from Triangle. So I was like, no, we'll go with Triangle. So we brought them in, we set them up in the cafeteria, and it was very, like, there wasn't anything showy. They had probably some product and services brochures or something like that, maybe like the current promotion, similar to what you do right now. We had 115 people working at this location. It was a manufacturing location over in Hudson. 88 people signed up that day.
Wow.
To be part of a credit union, because that meant direct deposit. That was actually even before. Now we have early paycheck, right? You can get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. It was just direct deposit, you know what I mean? But now I'm telling you like how long ago that was, right? But it was just, people were thrilled with that, and just having their financial institution on site and making themselves available and doing all of that. So, and that was before online and mobile banking too. So now it's honestly so much even easier.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, at this time, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll hear a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
If this is the year you're ready to buy your first home, make sure you've got the best team of mortgage experts on your side. Triangle's mortgage team will work with you to get the financing you need when you're ready to purchase that home you've worked so hard to find. Our experienced originators guide you through the financing process so you can face the home buying journey with confidence. It's finally time to purchase that dream home. Do it with the mortgage team at Triangle Credit Union. Visit trianglecu.org to check our current rates and to schedule an appointment with one of our mortgage originators. NMLS number 528721, Equal Housing Opportunity. Federally insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions may apply. See website for details.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. So, Jana, you are highly involved with the community, as we've already talked about, and one of those elements that you're extremely passionate about is financial literacy. Yes. Can you share a little bit about what you're doing with financial literacy in the community?
Absolutely. We have an amazing program at Triangle Credit Union. We have a course catalog that has a variety of topics.
I think
she brought it.
I would love to share it. I'm very proud of this course catalog. I bring it with me everywhere I go. They have a number of topics in here. I will tell you right now, we have a big request for budgeting, for credit building and repair, and frauds and scams. Those are our most often requested presentations. What we do is we go out, we speak to a group of people, we present the topic, and then we have a question and answer period at the end, which, to be honest, is usually the most impactful part of the session, is that those questions, that interaction, and those connections. And again, just reiterating that Triangle Credit Union is proud to be a resource in our community. And I oftentimes say you don't have to be a member to come to us with a need. We're always happy to help.
I like that.
Right.
We also have an amazing program for children that we love to present called When Dollars Make Sense. It really gives them the fundamentals of financial literacy, savings, earning, and budgeting. For teens, we also include a credit component. But my favorite part of this program is when the kids get the book, at the very end of the book, there is a part for them to share what they learned in the program. And I always make sure whenever we do this class that we have the children write something down, and then I ask all of them to share with all of us what they want to talk about or what they learned. I always am encouraging them to talk to their family about this book. And what we hear back is amazing. The biggest comments, the biggest feedback is just learning about saving and having savings for things that we want and need. And getting 8-year-olds to understand the concept of money for wants versus need is a big deal. So I'm always proud when they've heard that message.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a very hands-on kind of curriculum too, right? There's activities
absolutely.
for the kids in there.
Oh yes,
right?
we have activities.
Yep.
We do activities as a group. We have lots of questions, many moments for them to have feedback and give us their thoughts and opinions. And then at the end of the program, we set up a store so the kids can do a little shopping for some swag. And we also set up a teller station so they can get to play with some of the items that we use in the credit union when we're handling our money. They get very excited
Not
about
the
that.
vault key, I'm sure,
Not the
right?
vault key. But we do let them try a counterfeit bill marker, and they enjoy that
that's
quite
cool.
a bit.
Okay.
That's
Absolutely.
a great
Yeah,
idea.
really fun.
So where are you presenting this curriculum? Where can people, if they're interested, where can they find you?
Absolutely. So we are connected with the libraries and the communities that we serve. We've presented quite a few financial literacy programs at our local libraries. I'm also very proud to say that we're presenting financial literacy for children at every single Boys and Girls Club and YMCA in every community where we have a branch.
That's awesome.
And we are also presenting at the Adult Learning Center in Nashua. In the spring and the fall, we do a 4-week session where we not only cover the Budgeting 101, the credit, and the frauds and scams, but we also have a component that is basics of banking at a credit union, which is really created for people who are new to the country, new to our banking system, and really gives them an introduction on what to expect when they go into a credit union, who they should talk to for what the transactions are, and even just simple vocabulary they may hear. One of my favorite feedbacks that we've gotten so far from one of our financial literacy programs was at the Adult Learning Center, and a woman there said that she always felt nervous to go into the financial institution, always felt like she had to wait for her husband, and so she signed up so that she felt empowered to go into the credit union on her own and felt like she knew what she wanted to go in for, and I was very proud to hear that.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
great. Aw. Cool. Okay, so we got financial literacy for kids. We got financial literacy for adults.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite story of? I mean, you already shared a little bit about like what the kids have shared, but like, what was one of the favorite questions you've gotten back from maybe a person who had learned something new that they never really thought of before?
One of my funniest stories that I've gotten recently is when I had a young person who said to me, "Well, I understand what budgeting is. You've explained it well, but now can you explain to me what bartering is?" And I realized that we were missing a chapter in our book.
Wow, I like that.
Bartering. Okay, ideas for
Bartering.
2026 something.
Yeah.
Barter, right?
Yeah.
Bartering. Okay,
Old
that's
things
great.
come new again.
Yeah.
Bartering. Okay, that's good.
So, like, financial literacy is huge for Triangle. Like, we're really pushing in this direction. So, I want to pick your brain. Like, what kinds of ideas do you might have working that we can kind of look forward to coming down the pike? Anything you have in mind?
Absolutely. Something I'm very excited about is we have just created and are just about ready to roll out our new teen financial literacy program, which, just like the children's program, will have a component on savings, earning, and budgeting, but then we're adding a credit component. As someone who has worked in retail banking for over 20 years, in the last few years especially, it's alarming to me the number of young people who come in and don't have the first understanding of credit. I think that we're almost facing an epidemic of just this ignorance of how credit works, and it's to the credit card companies' benefit that our young people don't know how credit works. So I think this is crucial to have this this additional piece, this piece for the teenagers.
So we'll be working on that coming
Yes,
up.
I'm very excited.
That's really awesome. I'm super excited too. That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. We're going to move to our last segment, right? Terry's going to host this part. This is our rapid fire.
Okay.
So this was your first
is the part I've been
experience as a
most
rapid
excited.
fire.
Rapid fire, I'm going to increase your speed by 3.0 on this one. I just want to hear what you have to say.
Can't wait.
Okay, take it away, Terry.
Right. And for those who are watching, I did go on my phone, but I actually have my rapid fire questions here. That's why I went on my phone. Okay. Not that I wasn't interested in what you were saying before. All right. So, rapid fire, you're so familiar with this because you listen to all of our podcasts. But for those who are watching for the first time, listening in for the first time, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You have either or, and you can elaborate if you want to, or you just whatever comes to your mind first. Okay. All right. Number 1, gardening or shopping?
Gardening. I love being out in nature.
Miami or Maui?
Miami. I like the vibe.
Yeah, I knew you would. Tea or coffee?
Coffee. I'm nobody without it. Tea's okay.
HGTV or History Channel?
Oh, history. Always. Love history. I'm a real history nerd.
I like that. All right, good.
So I told you about the history of credit unions.
You are a nerd.
I am.
Game night or movie night?
Oh, game night. I love playing games, and I'll fall asleep during a movie.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. Margarita or martini?
Martini. Always.
Interesting. Reading or movies? Well, you already said that you fall asleep at movies, so I'm assuming it's
Reading, and I've been in a book club for 10 years.
Nice.
no way.
Yes. Very proud of that.
How many books do you do a year?
A year we do 6 books. We read 1 book every other month. We're a laid-back book club.
Okay,
We all have lives going on.
All right, very good. Aren't you in a book club?
Yes, I am.
You
Yeah.
guys are such nerds. Okay, all right. Staycation or vacation?
Vacation. I love to see new places.
Me too. Pizza or tacos?
Tacos. Can make anything you want.
Okay. Hampton Beach or North Conway?
Hampton Beach. Love the scene.
All right.
People watcher. Good people watching at Hampton Beach.
That is the truth.
That's it.
That's
all
it.
questions. Awesome. Thank you
Nice
so much
job,
for
Jana.
joining us, Jana.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate you taking time. And for everyone watching, like if you come out to Triangle events, you'll most likely see Jana there. So stop by, say hi, and chat it up. She'll be happy to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jana.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Making Money Personal podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email at tcupodcast@trianglecu.org or reach out to us on social media. Thank you to all of our subscribers, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new episodes or money tips. Thanks again for listening and have a great day.